Local 4 News starts now with a forewarned weather alert.
Our first taste of severe storms today left scenes like this one. This is Chesterfield Township. A viewer there sending in this my pic of badly flooded Westwood Drive. Here's another, a swamp neighborhood in the Donner Road area.
And check this photo out. Another viewer also in Chesterfield sending us this shot of their backyard rain gauge, taking on about 4 inches of water in a very short period of time. Wow. And flooding does remain the top concern as we brace for another hit from Mother Nature later tonight.
So let's start things off with Local 4 News at 6 with Kim Adams here with what we expect over these next few hours. Kim.
Well, certainly the thunderstorms this afternoon were isolated. They went through downtown Detroit and then extended up through Macomb County to Port Huron. Now, those storms are off to the east, so we don't have to worry about storms for the next couple of hours. It's nice and quiet here in Metro Detroit, with the exception of north of I-69. A couple things could fire north of that, not severe. The severe weather threat comes after 8 o'clock tonight and continues through much of the overnight hours. We're still at that level 2 from the SPC. Wind and flooding, the two biggest concerns, but can't rule out. Chesterfield had some pea-size hail reported, and then, of course, an isolated tornado. But the main threats will be wind and flooding. Let's talk temperatures for a minute, because if you've been watching since 4 o'clock, the temperatures have popped up significantly. We're now up to 88 degrees. We got rid of the clouds and the sun broke up and out, and things are really heating up. It's 87 in downtown Detroit. But you factor in the humidity, and this is what it feels like. It feels like it's in the low 90s. The reason why there's no heat index in Port Huron down to Mount Clemens is because they've got that rain-cooled air from the storms. You can see those storms just blowing up and then quickly moving off to the east. But a flood watch is in effect now until 6 a.m. We do expect rounds of thunderstorms after 8 o'clock, and I'll talk more about timing in just a couple minutes.
Well, many tears are shed today in court as witnesses to the Oxford shooting shared personal stories we hadn't yet heard.
Today's hearing is called a Miller hearing. It's to determine whether a teenager convicted of murder can be sentenced to life in prison without ever receiving the possibility of parole. Rod Maloney's been following all of this, joins us with more on today's very emotional testimony. Rod?
Well, Devin, the hearing ended shortly before 4:30 this afternoon. We heard from 2 students who survived that shooting as it unfolded quite literally in front of them within feet. And then there was Assistant Principal Christy Gibson Marshall, who heard the gunshots and ran toward them, only to find injured students.
A student went running by that I know pretty well, and he was yelling, "Get the hell out of here."
Within seconds, the office announced the Alice lockdown. She immediately moved toward the noise, and there she saw the shooter, a child she's known most of his life.
I kept walking towards him.
Okay. I have to ask, why did you walk towards the shooter?
I needed to help.
Okay. And what did you see?
There was a student on the ground.
That was well-known student Tate Meir, bleeding from the head and dying.
It was crushing, and I had to help him. I just needed to save him for his mom.
She gave him CPR as long as she could. He died in her blood-soaked arms. The defense wanted away from such testimony, looking to drive home the point that Crumbly is not that rare teen who should stay in jail to die. Michigan Correctional Association counselor Dr. Kenneth Arthur Romanowski answered that question this way.
Honestly, I think everybody has that potential to change. And I think Mr. Crumbly would be no exception to that rule. But I think he has to make that choice. He has to be the one to say, I'm willing to change.
Johns Hopkins Dr. David Keating said no one can really know.
In your expert opinion, are you able to determine if a 15-year-old with an adolescent brain is irreparably corrupt?
In my scientific opinion, it is not possible to make that prediction.
Now, the defense has one last witness, perhaps more, before the hearing wraps up. It starts at 8:30 Tuesday morning. Back to you.
Rod, do we get a sense that we are going to have a ruling next week?
Well, you know, it's a question of whether the judge wants to do it. We've been told that he's going to put out a written opinion. So it begs the question, will he do it like that day, or will he take a week to do it? We still don't know, but there will be a written opinion on this before too long.
Yeah. All right, Rod.
Well, it's been an uncomfortable and frustrating wait for many Metro Detroiters still waiting to have their electricity restored. Checking the latest outage numbers, DTE says around 66,000 of its customers are still without power. Well, Megan Woods has been giving us a look at the inconvenience impacting those who are still waiting and in some cases also dealing with damage from storms earlier this week. Megan joins us live from Redford Township. Megan, it's been a rough go for some folks there.
It has, Damon, you said it, frustration, fear, and just plain old hot. That is how people are describing what it is like, how they're feeling right now, especially hearing that there could be another storm that comes through when they haven't even finished cleaning up from the last one.
I came home to all this.
This is what Wednesday's storm did to Jimmy Mancey's Redford home.
I mean, all this was up here. My neighbor moved it all away just so I could get in the house because I couldn't even get in the house when I got home.
His backyard is just as terrifying, and the tree limbs aren't even from his tree.
All those trees in the back, that's all my neighbors. And he said when they came down, they twisted. They didn't just break off.
Getting in touch with his insurance company has been a hassle, and cleaning up the mess is an even bigger challenge.
I got a bad knee. I'm on oxygen.
His neighbor gave him a generator so Jimmy can have a fan and charge his oxygen machine. He says without them, he would be in the hospital. In the meantime, DTE is rushing to get power restored. But there's just one other problem. It's supposed to storm again today.
Yeah, I know. You can see me jumping for joy.
DTE says they've been monitoring today's storm since the start of the week.
If wind gusts of up to 65 miles per hour or 60 miles per hour predicted show up, we may see some additional outages overnight.
DTE says if there are those additional overnight power outages, the people who lost their power on Wednesday will still be prioritized. We'll have more information on that on clickondetroit.com. And as for Redford Township, they have a chipping service, emergency chipping service that will start on Monday to help out their residents as they clean up throughout the neighborhoods. And we'll put that on clickondetroit.com as well. Reporting live in Redford Township, I'm Megan Woods, Local 4.
Okay, thanks, Megan. Thanks for staying on top of that.
Brandy Holmes was pregnant when an ambulance taking her to a hospital crashed at Oakwood and Southfield in Allen Park. She says the accident caused her to lose the baby. Well, now she's suing the EMS company because of something the ambulance driver admitted to police about the crash. Paula Tutman has the story.
Brandy Holmes tells an incredibly painful and disturbing story of what she says happened that caused her miscarriage when she called an independent EMS company when she was feeling ill.
We called the medics because I was having stomach pain.
Brandy Holmes says she lost her unborn child because of what she says was the carelessness of an EMS driver. July 24th, Ms. Holmes, just 7 weeks pregnant, wasn't feeling well. She called 911 and Hart EMS and driver Jacob McGraw responded.
He was speeding. The male paramedic that was in the back of the rig with me started to make comments about his driving and his behavior. One of the things that he said to me while we were in the rig was, I'm sorry, I guess he forgot that some people were back here.
She is suing Hart EMS for more than $25,000, the starting bar for her pain, suffering, and the heartbreaking loss. Her attorney says that McGraw told police.
The driver of the vehicle told the police that he fell asleep behind the wheel.
Not far from the hospital.
All I remember is we hit something extremely hard at a high rate of speed. The rig lifted off the ground. It began to rock violently. And because I was strapped into the restraints, my body lifted forward, which put pressure on my stomach. And then also all of just the fear that just came upon me because I didn't know what we had hit. I didn't know if other people were okay. I didn't even know if the driver of the ambulance was okay.
She says it got worse from there.
I was not in any way given any type of comfort, any type of solace, or any type of reassurance that someone was coming to actually treat me for what I was having a problem with. They left me back there. They didn't check on me. The driver didn't even apologize. As a result, the next day, I lost my child. just when we started getting excited about having a baby, we lost it.
I actually spoke to the owner of Hart EMS this morning. He had no idea that this lawsuit was even in the works, and I have not heard back from him for a response. Paula Tutman, Local 4.
Oh. Well, new research out today shows women are increasingly suffering the negative effects of consuming too much alcohol. CDC data on this alcohol deaths from 2018 through 2020 show the rate increased 12% for men and 15% for women. Men are still 3 times more likely to die from alcohol-related causes, which are defined as liver disease, gastritis, and alcohol poisoning. The study did not take into account unintentional injuries or homicides resulting from alcohol use. Researchers believe the increase in women's alcohol-related deaths isn't necessarily because they're drinking more, but rather because of biological differences like lower levels of enzymes that metabolize alcohol.
Well, we often think about snow and ice as the things most likely to cause air travel problems. But coming up, a look at how extreme heat is directly affecting flights.
Yeah. But first, what firefighters saw inside this building that inspired them to share some potentially life-saving advice with all of us.
If you've been driving in Metro Detroit, you may have noticed this technology.
It's a new crime-fighting tool leading to quicker arrests.
We've been solving at least a crime a week.
Even catching accused killers.
He was in custody within 5 hours. It's really been a game changer for us.
An inside look at the new technology.
We break down how the technology works.
But is there a downside?